Alright, Snake and Pichu for game one. Here we go.
And let's get started. This is everybody. This is grand finals. For those of you guys that do not know how this works, let me briefly explain. The one in winners bracket and the one in losers bracket have made their way to the final set. And the way it works is the losers bracket still applies to the person that is in the winner's side. So if the person in losers takes a set off of the person in winners, that is what is known as a bracket reset. And the rest of the set is played as follows. Best of fives all around. But let's just see how Sumgai plays this, being on a loser side.
Basically, losers has to take 2 sets off winner's side, basically, to win it.
These percents being tackled on. This is not the kind of matchup we were expecting. Listen to roll punish. Expecting them to go on the defensive, just rolling away into the more difficult position. And these grenade plays coming out from Sumgai, even though they're losing the stock for it. This is quite the percent that you kind of want Snake to be at, especially for the combo game. And almost 40% off of these interactions, almost getting a lot for the stock right there. Back air is not going to do it yet, depending on where they want to go. Predicting the recovery high, trying to go for the spike but being combo breaker, and that's going to be the next stop. This is looking very strong for Sumgai. I'm not sure if there is a lack of matchup experience coming out from Gringo, but this is looking to be a very strong game one for Sumgai. This is going to be very difficult for him to come back, for Gringo to come back from. That is going to be game one. Sumgai came to play.
There is game one for Sumgai. Alright.
This is the first time we're seeing Gringo on the end of a counter pick. Like really on the end of a counter pick for game one.
Score? Well, the set just started, so it's 1-0 for Sumgai. I almost said his name is Sugmo, almost.
This is a stadium pick. Though I did expect this to be first. Upside Smashville, or what they used to call Starterville back in the day. Missing the jump, trying to capitalize off the punish, still out of a jump, not being able to land, almost getting the forward smash with the stock. let me just say, the mobility for Sumgai is honestly immaculate. He really wanted to get that done with the spike.
Very nice.
Yep, getting the meteor, and the hitbox lingers because he hit the up special. It's the up tilt from the read on the roll away. Get stuck with the C4. That's gonna be the stock. I think it was a little lower percent. I think that would have been a survive. This has been quite a different game one that we saw before. You know, the damage is wild. You might see an early kill if Sumgai can actually pull that off. It takes about 3 seconds for the grenades to explode. That's gonna be the stock. Now we're looking at a percent where it's a considerable amount. Okay, not anymore. This could be a very difficult comeback. Not going for the detonation of the C4. Okay, now he is. Really trying to get these grenade cancel grab confirms. Almost getting the... That's not going to be the stock. That is going to be the stock.
And there it is. Wow. Nice comeback from some guy there.
Some guy up 2-0 in the set. That was a very big momentum killer for Gringo right there. That could be a momentum killer or momentum strengthener. Because this is not the time to be SDing. Spinning the block, go back to PS2. Okay. Let's see what it's gonna turn to.
Alright, here we go. So this next game here could decide the bracket reset.
It's a downers. Almost getting the stock from
Hello there, it's
the
Drew.
SD.
Game count. It is 2-0 right now for some guy. So we're on game 3 right now.
Oh. Getting the grenade set up into the up smash. This is a different game from what we saw earlier. Oh, almost getting the 4 there, confirm there. And that's the threatening thing. A snake with a grenade and shield. That's the most dangerous thing you can see. Seems like Snake Shield is one of the most durable materials out there. Now we're seeing some guy down for the first considerable lead of this entire set. DI out of that down smash. That was incredible DI from Gringo. Going it down throw, getting the forward air confirm. Not getting hit by the grenade this time. Getting really good combos off of this. Really not going for the thunder. Surprised. A lot of stuff off, a lot of mileage off these grenades and just the fourth throw wants to put him in an edge guarding position. It's a back air that's going to be the stop. And now we're in a similar position to last game. A comeback potential is there. I think the problem, the issue with Gringo is that Gringo's not taking the opportunity to realize what Sumgai wants to do to get out of this advantage. T4 almost taking the game, going into a game.
And there it is.
And there we go.
In the up tilt kill. That was very close to a bracket reset right there, though.
Really not. This is really not what Gringo needs. But slowly turning into that. And now some guy is on the back burner. He needs to play it a bit more patient. Understand where these grenades are being landed. Are we going to see this is going to be a stage kind of thing, that's for sure. But are we going to see a switch? It's highly improbable we'll see a switch.
I don't think we'll see a switch. And it looks like for game 4 they're going to Town and City. Alright.
Now in a game 4 situation, this could be a game 5, it could be a bracket reset. Some guys still being on 7th point. Still expecting to jump after those damage complaints. He's been getting, this is the second time he's got that. The thing I like about some guy's playstyle, he knows how to turn up the heat when he needs to. He's just trying not to burn out the tank too early. Even though a lot of this damage is piling onto himself, not being able to get through to that, get those down airs off of the sides. At up tilt, that's 6 frame startup up tilt is going to take the stock first. These grenades, they're putting him into a very horrible position, and now Gringo's taking advantage of that and putting these grenades in Thunderjolt territory where you can get hurt for that. So yeah, that's gonna be a stock. I think the problem with with the approach options is that the amount of time that it takes for the grenade to explode and the amount of space he gets, the amount of space that's given to some guy to react to, makes this matchup a bit more difficult, almost getting that Thunder Jolt, that Thunder Spell. Expecting an up air to kind of seal the deal, but nope, getting the up tilt. This is crucial moments. Some guy needs to get the stock off now. Doesn't want to get the set drag down too much in a row. Looks like we're on the path of seeing a reverse 3-0 if some guy doesn't pull the cards right now.
Potentially, yeah. he wins this game and wins the next one, which is definitely a possibility.
I love Gringo's adaptation now. The approaches are different. He wants to approach with a grenade in hand. Even though that is something Snake wants to do by default, this is much more different. The timer for the grenades is very short, about 3 seconds long. So, that Gringo has understood that the way this works and the threatenings that they could be pulled out for this out of shield options, it really puts Sumgai in a position where he can't really do much to get out of that.
And there's the up tilt kill. All right, 2-2. We have a tie. So this next match could either be a bracket reset or it's gonna be the tournament with Gringo as the winner.
And I just want to say, even though we're at the potentially the final game, we're gonna be looking back at this when we're all older and say 100 people played their hearts out online in a game with horrible netcode and horrible internet for $10.
And we're jumping right in, going to Town and City again.
Been in the block. Some guy wants to prove that there's a bit of leeway in the playstyle of Gringo to kind of win the whole set. It's a set point for both. And
all right, here we go. Potentially the tournament match.
And I don't think really for anybody who's on this winner side of grand finals, nobody wants to go to a bracket reset. That is the worst, one of the worst things that can happen. Either they can get the adaptation, they're willing to go the distance, or they can just get really steamrolled. Some guys really trying to he's putting the foot on the pedal. A lot of these neutral interactions he's winning.
Yeah, I can see his approach is a bit different here.
Almost getting the stock from the underjoke. He's waiting for these options. He's going a bit more. That's going to be this. Nope, not the stock yet. That right there. I want to say these approaches are different from the way we saw the first two games. He's not giving him any space to pull out these grenades anymore, or at least to get these timers off. 1, 2, 3, see?
He's definitely playing a bit more safe this time because if he doesn't, Gringo could win this and that'll be it.
And Gringo is out of a jump here. He still has the jump left. He uses the jump and not goes for it. It saves it for the landing option and gets the up smash. This might be a bracket reset. Almost getting the C4, but getting look at that up tilt. What is that move?
Snake's up tilt. Yep. It's a very good move.
What kind of range is that? And this is really looking bad for Gringo, especially for what I said before. Anybody who's on Grand Finals winner side does not want it to go to a reset. I don't think anybody will have enough gas in the tank, especially for fighting so far, to beat any winner's side of Grand Finals. But this is going to be probably turning into a bracket reset if Gringo doesn't pull out all the stops right now. Playing the C4 on the floor manually this time. Gets the stock from that. Now we're at last stock for both. Both have been in comeback situations before. Almost getting trying to get the roll read. If that was off stage, that would have been the set.
There it is. Alright, we're going to do a reset.
We have a bracket reset situation here. Some guy resetting the bracket against Gringo, going the distance. This is all about endurance. Slow and steady wins the race.
Alright, do you think we'll see the grand finals reset? Go into 5 games? What's your prediction?
My prediction is that I'm gonna go to my bed after this set is over.
Oh yeah, no, me too. It's 3 o'clock in the morning for me. Alright. I think we could definitely see it go to a game 5 here, but we will see. Alright. This time they're starting on Smashville. Alright.
0-0, the same stage we started off with last game. Let's see how this turns out this time. Some guy waiting for these approaches again. These out of shield options for Snake are really hard to punish. And the way he's positioned makes it not to make it that he doesn't get hit from the grenades, even though sometimes it benefits both. Some guy's trying to make it so it doesn't hurt him in the process. That's going to be the
Getting the
no C4 on the stage.
Getting the edge guard from some guy, that was very nice. Didn't get the spike hitbox, but it still killed.
Some guy's got a lot of gas in the tank. He is really putting his foot on the pedal.
I think he understands how safe he needs to play around this now, and he's getting all the reads on Gringo here.
Float him like a butterfly and sting him like a bee. Using his jump. These recoveries are not as being punished as he used to be. Gets the down smash. We are looking at a very refined Sumgai, especially in the Snake matchup. This is the matchup that we were looking for. This was the difficult matchup. We were wondering which one out of the two would be a difficult matchup for it to make this set a bit more interesting. But no Bowser required for this one. This is looking to be a 3 stock.
Oh, not quite.
Never mind. I stand.
Spoke a little too soon on that one. Although
it's definitely gonna be a 2 stock. 1-0.
Although that was almost a JV. That will be the game. Alright, game 1 for some guy in the bracket reset. Two more games he needs to take and he will be the champion. Although, if Gringo plays his cards right, he could probably get a reverse 3-0 or just win, 3 games. He could.
And I know both players want to close it out as soon as possible. Sometimes they want to go to distances. Keep in mind, this is early in the morning for everyone now.
Mm-hmm.
Midnight for some, early morning for most.
Unless you're on the, unless you're PST, because it's only 11 o'clock at night there.
Exactly. Now back to Stadium 2. We've seen how both players have done well in this stage. And seeing as how this is a new set, DSR still is in play, but it is technically resetted along with the set. We're seeing Gringo play this at a different pace as well. Now he's getting the first stock of this game. This is slowly turning into the set 1 that we saw before. Both players getting the adaptation, making it back and forth. Now we see the movement coming out from Gringo. He's playing this, he's spacing everything for maneuvering within the space, within the threat ranges that it difficult to fight through. Yang out in for the Thunder. That's gonna put in a horrible position for this large guard. Guess some guy doesn't give a damn. That's the first stock from Gringo. It's going to be a pretty interesting lead, pretty interesting gap to close, especially from the way this is supposed to be. Gringo just wants to get up tilts. He doesn't care. He's just doing them all he wants now. And I like the way that some guys maneuvering around these grenades now. It's a down smash. That's not gonna be the stock yet. Now this is the edge guard position that some guy needed, and that's the stock. We might see this could be a 1-1 or it could be a 2-0 depending on how Gringo plays this. Now we're looking at a very, very nicely paced game from both ends. The moves are really turning out to be a very bad thing for some guy to handle. And remember, Gringo just wants these up tilts. Doesn't matter. He just wants them. And he's willing to go the distance for it. He needs to watch those positions because this is gonna be. Yep. He was where he didn't need to be.
And there it is. All right, we're up 1-1.
This matchup is slowly teaching some guy to be patient. Slow and steady. You need to know the right way to get in and the right way to disengage. And some guy is applying these things, but it isn't really working to his advantage because Gringo is just throwing out these up tilts and some guys just running into it. And these guys just want to go straight to it. They don't care. They just want the $10 in their pocket. I got $10 in my pocket right now.
Alright, game 3, Town City. Yeah.
1-1 right now.
Alright, I just gotta step away just for a second, so I'll be right back.
Sure. Need this. The thing about this matchup, though, is that we see that some guy is still trying to get these approaches in, and we're looking at a very interesting position for a lot of these follow-ups. He's just rolling into stuff now. Gringo's feeling the pressure here. But the dash attack is going to close. It's going to take the stock. This This is a pretty interesting gap to go through, especially in the way that these two are playing this set. Guess the down special, that's gonna be the stock. Now he's down a stock in this grand final set. This is now he wanted to go all in for it. He really wants he's saying, I need this stock now. Upper stock, he doesn't need to approach that much. And he loses a stock for it. This is going to be a huge momentum breaker in this game. Gains the invincibility from that down special though. Gets the down throw. Both characters are in a relative kill percent. That down tilt, he's out of a jump now. Almost getting the thunder spike into it. That's going to be the stock, and that's going to be game 3 in favor of Sumgai. Set point for Sumgai right now. I want to give respect to Sumgai. Sumgai is playing at 2 in the morning in Eastern Standard Time, and he is still giving everybody hand. This set is going the distance. Are we going to spin the block, or are we just going to go straight to it? We're just going to go straight to the next game. Straight to the next game. Set point for some guy. We're going to see 8. This is game 9 right now. Will we see a game 10? It's hard to find people that do it better than these guys. That is for sure.
Who won the last game?
Sumgai won last game. This is set point for Sumgai, 2-1.
Alright, this could be the tournament set or a match here. Or we could see it go to a game 5. Which could be very likely right now because some guy is actually suffering right now, kind of.
He's just throwing out those up tilts. He just does not care.
He does not care, just trying to get the kill.
I think the fact that he's throwing out these up tilts, he's trying not to. I think some guy's slowly not falling for those anymore, but he does move his stock to the grenade placements. Some of these thunder jolts, they're going over the grenades now. But a lot of this damage, some guy's putting on himself, on themselves. Not hitting the up special with the thunder jolt. This is looking like a very big lead for Gringo right now. And now he's at up tilt and C4 percentage. Now some guy is struggling really hard to find a kill this time around. His shield is low, you can't really take this much longer. But still goes for the up throw into up special. I'm surprised it still connects at this percent.
Up special, you mean down special?
Down special. I am tired.
Yeah, no, don't worry, I am too. Okay, gets the up tilt kill. Alright,
now it is tied up.
Alright, this could be the tournament stock, depending on how some guy plays his cards here.
He's still taking unnecessary damage from these grenades. These grenades are a very big combo breaker for Gringo, and regardless, these are. He doesn't care about what it does to his shield, even though that's something some Snake players should be wary about. Is that gonna be it? That's gonna be it? That's it! Some guy with the comeback.
That's it.
Your Wi-Fi Series 25 champion goes to Sumgai representing New Jersey.
Wow, this dude had an amazing run back in losers. I'll tell you that much. From what I
The
saw.
losers run. You find it's difficult to find players who do it better than these two. Much respect to Sumgai and Gringo.